Hello everyone, my name is Adrabini Ezekiel Alifaga. I am a sales and distribution technical functional consultant using the application tool called SAP. Now there are other application tools out there that are SAP considered, and they are Oracle, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, and so on. But SAP is what I use and what I've been using, and I really enjoy using it. It is very easy to use, user-friendly, and really understanding. I will be providing training on SAP in my presentation, and I will be showing us how to use the application as an end user and also how to use it as a developer. And I'll also show us the idea behind the entire system architecture, which includes the graphical user interface, the developer tool, which is the application cover layer, and then the database, which is where all our information, our info cube, and where we can also run a lot of analysis of what we have in the system using our analysis application. So I will be presenting all this to us, and I'll provide a good understanding. I'll try to make sure we understand it, and I'll take it slow, I'll break it down, and will show, no matter what I configure, I will always show the output of everything that I configure in the system. So that is just a simple explanation. And SAP stands for Systems Application Product. And my professionality is based on sales and distribution. And we all know what sales and distribution is. It's just as simple as finding a product to sell and finding the target crowd that I'm interested in that product that my client is selling. Now, it doesn't matter what kind of product it is, but what matters is the crowd of interest. If we have millions of people that are just interested in a pile of sand, my job is to sell it as a finished product. Now, I might have a company that is interested in a raw material. My job is to sell that raw material as a finished product. Now, the raw material might not be finished if it does not meet our customer's requirement. And if it doesn't meet the customer's requirement, then the customers are not interested. They will definitely go to another company or another competitor that will provide and meet their requirement. Now, if customer's requirement said they want a hydrogen of 2% and an oxygen of 5%, I cannot sell a hydrogen of 1.5% and an oxygen of 4% to my client because it is not finished. Now, it will be finished after it has hydrogen of 2% and oxygen of 5%. Now, that is considered a finished product to my client, and they will be happy, and they will be happy to make a payment. So that's my job as sales and distribution, and I have to configure the system to be able to think that way and trace through the line of products and make sure that we are meeting our customer's requirement, the value of the product we are selling, the quantity of the product we are selling, and the percentage of the product we are selling. So my job is to be able to make the system think this way. How is the pricing determined? How are we being able to know that the quantity and the value of the product meets our customer's requirement? Because if we are not meeting all these requirements, then we'll be losing our customers. And not only that, it is not safe because we don't know what our customers are using this product for. Maybe they are using it to provide additional service for the crowd out there, for the consumers, the end users. So we have to be sure we are doing everything accordingly and meeting our customers' requirements. And we want to know every single production line who is working on the product. We want to know what time it is, what is the dry time. So I can really get really techy in terms of how we can configure the system and how we can actually do our procurement, the material requirement planning, and all the business ideas and business scenarios that goes in there. So that is our job. Our job as a consultant is to configure the system to capture every activity on the product line, the production line, and also the sales procurement. And the system will be able to provide any information that our customer needs. Okay, and who uses SAP? Now, big companies with large infrastructure, such as IBM, Apple, Xerox, Lenovo, Fujitsu, Mitsubishi, Hitachi. These are companies that use SAP, and I've never really came across small companies using SAP other than them using it to provide service as a business partner for other bigger companies like that. So I've never really run into a small company using SAP to run their entire business. But it is out there, and they have packages for smaller companies and they have packages for large companies. So this is a brief introduction about SAP and how I use SAP as a sales and distribution, and what my job role and my job ability is, and how my skill lies within the entire outreach system architecture, such as I can use the system as an end user, I can use it as a developer, and also as a database where I configure all the entire system information table. Okay, and in my next presentation I'll be showing us how to use the application, what the application looks like, how to navigate within the application, the type of views that we have, the type of layers that we have, how to understand what the menu functions are for, and I will be proceeding from there onward. I will transition through the entire course of sales and distribution using SAP to the point where we will really understand it. I'll give a lot of examples to really simplify the subject so that you won't feel consumed or overwhelmed with a lot of things that we normally configure, because we touch a lot of settings, a lot of tables in the system, and we have to know where to go to fix an error whenever we are receiving a ticket that comes in from every different client that we have created an issue for, created a system for. So the way I would do it will allow us to know why we are doing this, why did we customize this, why did we configure this, what is the output. So this is how I will be presenting my entire sales and distribution course. But we will stop here today, and in my next presentation I will be talking about the views that we have in SAP and the type of users that uses SAP. Thank you.